for making that quality choice. And it's just happy to see a packed room again in the world of stand-up comedy. This brings us joy to see. I'm so grateful that you guys keep coming out here. A lot to be grateful for now, in my opinion. For me personally, in 2 days, actually, 3 years sobriety. I'll be celebrating in 2 days. I'm grateful for that. Thank you kindly. But drink up, everybody. Drink up at the best of. Yeah, I'm not kidding. I don't talk a lot about my sobriety. You can relax. I get self-conscious when I talk about my sobriety in public. Because when I talk about sobriety from the stage, my attitude's always been just be less annoying than a vegan. That's my attitude. And obviously nothing against the vegans, because, we, the recently sober, we kind of have a reputation of maybe oversharing just a little bit too much. But I think we can all agree that the vegan is still the gold standard in American society. But seriously, didn't fucking ask you. So I'm very conscious of that. And of course, on the off chance I have offended a vegan here tonight. I mean, obviously, I'm not physically afraid of you. So let's just continue here with the best of the fest. So much change, man. I'm in a good mood because school started again. I don't know if you're like me, if you parented during a lockdown phase of the pandemic, but I'll tell you what, that was, you earned your stripes as a human, in my opinion. Because people are like, where were you when 9/11 happened? Where were you when Prince died? Where were you when you found out your children were coming home for the rest of the year? Right? I know where I was. I was trying to buy an avocado, minding my own damn business. 7 adults around me in the produce section. We all get a text at the exact same time. I just assumed it was an Amber Alert. It was a school district telling me that my child was coming home for the rest of the year, effective immediately. So it was like a reverse Amber Alert. But now this school year, I send my son to school every day. Oh, yeah, hell yeah. But I'm talking every damn day. I'm talking weekends, holidays. I changed my emergency contact number to the school's phone number. You send my child home, you call yourself first. Figure that shit out. I don't care if the school calls me this year and says, sir, your son's got a 104-degree temperature. I mean, that's because he's hot for learning. You took him, you keep him. I'll see you at 2:30. That's the deal we had. Has put me in a good mood to see us. So I will say, though, so much happened. My ex-wife remarried during the pandemic as well. That was something that, ex-wife remarried. I love when people clap. I'm not sure what that means to me, but thank you. I don't know if that's a knee-jerk reaction. Like, good for her. You seem like an asshole. I don't know what that means. I'm not going to say it's bad. Okay, my son has a stepdad now. I wasn't ready for the visual of seeing my son with a stepdad. He had a basketball game. He shows up to the game with his mom and the stepdad. They look like a happy little family. I just look like an uncomfortable man lurking near them. But I'm not an angry man. I'm not a petty man. I'm not a jealous man. I'm a big boy. I can handle myself. So at the next game, to support my child, I showed up with a T-shirt that said, Parker's Real Dad. I thought You better be clapping at that damn thing right there. It's hard being a comedian and a parent. I don't know if the other comics have children. 2 different parts of our brain, they don't always work sometimes. Because like when my son was young, he lost a tooth once. He was really upset. And he came to me and he goes, Dad, will the bleeding stop? And of course, as a parent, you're like, hey, you're going to be fine. The comedian me was thinking, you might want to get your affairs in order. Remember what happened to your brother? He's like, I had a brother. It was funny at the time. You still have to be a parent, though. You can't be the funny guy. Like, I discipline my son. I can do that. No problem there. But I've never hit my son. For the record, I have never hit my son. Now, he asked me the other day. He goes, yeah, but would you ever hit me? Which is a legitimate question. I think if you're a parent and your child asks you that question and you do not hit your kids, it's very important to reassure them that that option is always on the table. When I was a kid, getting hit was on the table. So was getting hit at the table. It could happen any time. But guess what? I don't hate my parents, right? I love my parents. My mom's still alive. She's in her 80s. What am I going to do? Hit my mom? But I keep the option on the table. You know why parents don't hit their kids today? Because we know damn well that at any moment, that thing could become a TikTok live stream faster than we could think about it. Can you imagine that? Come here, remember. Is that TikTok? If you're a parent, though, there's a better way. You don't have to hit your kids. May I suggest psychological warfare as a way to discipline them? Because children are agents of chaos, and you need to communicate to that child that you possess a level of crazy that they've never seen before. My son was a toddler. He was ferocious. get out of bed, run around the house, throwing shit at his mom and I. Wouldn't stay in bed. So one time I just locked him up and I said, you get in that bed, young man. You stay in that bed. I will see you in the morning. So I turned off the light, shut his bedroom door, turned off the hallway light, slid the hallway door shut. And then I did what any parent should have the guts to do. I laid down in the dark hallway and I waited for him. 5 minutes later, here's little feet come running down the hallway. Before he could see me, I lean into the night like Batman. I say, get back in bed. And that is a story he will tell one day on his first day of therapy, thanks to me. We still got, that's great. We got people coming in too, fill it out. This is just so exciting for us to be back doing shows as well, talking to the other comics. And I'll share a little harrowing tale. I came back from the gig. Hopefully we become good enough friends for me to share this story with you. I came back from a show late at night one time. I had a little bit of a bathroom emergency. I'll try to keep this as positive as I can. So I chose Starbucks. I thought that was a good choice for a bathroom. So I burst into Starbucks. Right? I'm running to the bathroom as fast as I can. I'm moving so fast, I'm pretty confident that the wind behind me was pulling things off the shelves. That's how fast I'm running in there. So I go there, lock the door, and it didn't have a latch. It didn't have a deadbolt. Didn't even have anything. It was just a loose door handle with a thumb push lock. Now, the problem with me with the thumb push lock in a critical bathroom emergency is that lock and unlock look exactly the same to me. There's too much damn room for error with that locking system. Like imagine a traffic light and go was green and stop was slightly less green. It's going to be chaos everywhere. So I'm trying. I'm like, click lock? Is that click unlock? Is that click lock? Is that click lock? So I think I got it, and I jiggle the handle to test my, and the damn thing pops out into the unlock position. So now I know that the door will lock unless someone tries to open it. That's like putting a safety on a weapon going, look, it'll stop this gun from firing 100% of the time. Unless you pull the trigger, then all bets are off. Right? But I'm on the clock here, so at some point I had to commit. I had to drop my pants and take a chance. Just to understand that at any moment, this could become a group activity. So when that woman came through the door, I looked her in the eye with all the confidence I could muster, and I said, I've been expecting you. Bought me a few seconds of dignity, is what it did right there. So my son and I, we moved recently, and it's been, single dad. I love living with my son, but I made a critical mistake. I don't know if you've done this. You moved into a neighborhood. You love the neighborhood you live in, and then I started to read about my neighborhood on Nextdoor. Yeah, okay, good. If you don't know why these people reacted, Nextdoor is like Facebook for the neighborhood. What it does is it takes your neighborhood, and then it ruins it just like Facebook does. Right? The comments between the neighbors are so mean and so evil and so vile. It's the only place I know of where a conversation legitimately starts off with, hey, does anybody know the name of a good plumber? And then the last comment on the thread is, I hope you die of COVID-19. And it's a snitch app too, right? It's a snitch app for people to rat you out from the comfort of their home. In my neighborhood, every week there's a thread. There's a man in a car outside my house. He does not look like he belongs in this neighborhood. I'm going to call the cops. Hashtag be safe, everybody. All right, 5 minutes later, there's a second post. I'm sitting in my car. There's a crazy-ass woman in a window texting at me right now. I don't feel safe in my neighborhood anymore. But where I live, everybody loses their mind if somebody spots a coyote. Oh, my God, right? They act like a fucking chupacabra flew through the neighborhood. And people talk about the coyote like it's a mythical creature that no human has laid eyes on before. People go, oh, I heard a coyote can jump a 30-foot fence. Really? I once saw a coyote fly off with a child. I heard a coyote will turn off a man's sprinkler timer and then watch his lawn die slowly. There are so many coyotes in my neighborhood that when I see a post that says lost cat, I like to think that the coyotes have their own Nextdoor app. And they got a post that says found cat, and it was delicious. It's just the posts are so heartbreaking, aren't they? It's been 3 days. Has anyone seen my cat, Mr. Wiggles? My chihuahua ran into the canyon. Has anyone seen my chihuahua? No, no one has seen your chihuahua. No one will ever see your chihuahua. You think your chihuahua is going to come bursting out of the canyon? Dios mío, that was close. I don't know if you know this, but there's a lot of fucking coyotes in there. That should probably be dead right now. But Mr. Wiggles is slow, God rest his soul, so